Hi everyone, this is Tyler with Codemoji, and today I'm going to walk you through the HTML beginner lesson on the Codemoji website. So to get started, you're going to go ahead and type in your username and password, or the students will, of course. To access the lessons, you can either use these little circles down here at the bottom, or you can go ahead and click Learn to Code. So today I'm going to show you the HTML beginner lesson. So once you're here, you're going to see some pop-ups that give you information. So HTML tags are what you start and stop every lesson with. It kind of tells the computer, I'm going to use HTML, and everything in between these two tags is going to be HTML. In this lesson, we're going to use a traffic light to represent the HTML tags. Each page will start and stop with this emoji. So your task is to create an HTML page using these two tags. So to start, you can see the traffic light kind of gliding across the screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab it. You're going to start and you're going to stop. It doesn't really matter where you put it, just as long as they're not on the same line. To check your code, you're going to go ahead and click this button over here on the bottom left that says Run Code. To delete, we have a trash can. To reset, we have over here. And here will give you the same information that you started with. Additionally, you can see information over here on the bottom right about HTML. Click Run Code. It says it's been correct. Then you can go ahead and move on. And this is what the coding actually looks like. So yes, we're coding with emojis, but the intent is it's the first step in a coding lesson, right? So you start with emojis and you learn the organization of the code, and then you can apply that and use words. Next lesson, click the emoji that represents the HTML tag, traffic light, submit. That's kind of like our check for understanding. So lesson 2 is going to be about header tags. We have the head and the body of a code, kind of just like a person. So the header tags must be between the HTML tags. We're going to use the panda and the turtle to represent the head and title tags, and these must be within the HTML tags. So our task is to create a web page using 2 traffic lights, 2 pandas, and 2 turtles. So if you see, it kind of gives you a little guide here to help you out. Then you click Run Code. You can change the title too, because this is what you're going to do. So Tyler's web page. Oh, it says incorrect because I did not add a second panda underneath my title. The panda's kind of saying like, hey, I'm having a header. This is my title. Oh, now my header is over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fix my code right here. Then I should be able to run it. Correct? And then it shows you the code. So we have our opening tag for HTML, we have our opening head tag, then we have our opening title tag, our closing title tag, our closing header tag, and then our closing HTML. So HTML is really about this is where I start and this is where I'm stopping, and telling the computer where your code starts and stops. So next we're going to do body tag. It's kind of like the bread in a web page sandwich. Every web page begins and ends with a body tag. So in this lesson, we will use the hamburger to represent the body tag. So we're going to use 2 of these hamburgers from the emoji box to complete our task. Correct? Because I added 2. It really looks to make sure that you're starting and stopping your code with your 2 emojis. And you can see over here we have the body opening tag and the body closing tag. So everything that you put in between those tags will be the body of your code. Now we have header tags, which are like ice cream. So these will describe what the header is going to look like. This is one of the most common building blocks that you'll use. And you have to put this one under the burger emoji. And you can change it if you'd like. So I did have it. This one automatically had a start and a stop. So you only need to do it, pull it over once. And you can see this is a heading. You have the closing and the opening tag. So which one does the body? I'm going to go ahead and click the hamburger. Perfect. So now we're going to learn about paragraph tags. So the P stands for paragraph. So the reason we use paragraph tags is because it has space on the top and the bottom, and it kind of creates a gap, just like in literary writing. So we add a paragraph by dragging the P tag, kind of like a newspaper. So this one would already represent the start and the stop of our P tag. So I just added a paragraph. Then over here you can see the tag, the line of code right there. And now we have span tags. They act very similar to a paragraph, except multiple of them can be put on the same line. They're useful for short text that goes near another element. Kind of like a scroll is the emoji. See our tag here. The next lesson is going to be block quote tags. Most good books are filled with quotes, so sometimes you want to add a quote, and that's what this tag is for. And you can go ahead and change it, like insert quote here. And then it'll show on the run code over here and over here. So this is such a good gap, bridging that gap between not really knowing how to code and starting before they even really know how to type or use the language. That's why the emojis are such a powerful tool. So lesson 8 is about strong tags. Sometimes you really have to emphasize something or say it boldly, kind of like a text feature. So you use this to really emphasize a point. And if you see, it has 2 of the little R muscle guys or gals, and it already has the start and the stop tag. You can see this is a section of strong text. You can see the bold, and you can see the tag right there. Bold text is going to be So italic tags are italicizing the slanted text. So you'll use these if you ever want to italicize something in your text. So a lot of these are very similar to like what they sound. Block quote is going to be a quote. Strong is bold or emphasis. I is going to be italicized. So this one already has a start and stop. And if you ever forget or you just click through accidentally or the student doesn't remember, really reinforcing the idea of clicking this white arrow down here would be very beneficial. You can see my code, and over here we have a section of italic text. Over here is what it's written like in HTML. Now we have an image tag. And these are really fun because then the kids get to the opportunity to see what we can actually do with some code. So you can use this to add cool pictures, animals, things like that to a web page. So in this lesson, we're going to add an animal picture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click over my image. And if you see, for this one, you're going to click one of the emojis. I'm going to do a horse. Run code. You can see, oh, there's my horse. And if you look, you might have to scroll over just a little bit, but over here you can see what it looks like. Now this is a little easier for the sense of doing it with emojis, but when you're coding in HTML, actually using the written language, you can insert images from other sources. A tags. So links connect the internet and allow you to connect to various sources, pages, or content. So you drop in a link to make a connection. So links can go to the same website or other websites. So that's what this A tag is going to do. And this is a link. So it has my opening and my closing. And here, oh, it says, uh-oh, it's not correct. Oh, so for this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose the link, kind of like what we did with the image. So I'm going to go ahead and click the surfer person, and then it's going to show a link up here on the top left side. Don't know if it's actually going to go to where it needs to go. Let's try again. Let's try a different one. Little house, run code, view code. That's okay. It's the same idea. You can still click it. You still see the color change. You can still see that it's hyperlinked. So that's the idea of an A tag. Next, we have an audio tag, which of course is music. You can use it for sounds, songs, or noises. So we're going to drag the audio tag and then select a song using the emoji. So if I pull it over, I can click it, and I can select the sound that I would like to use. Whew. So hopefully the audio came through on this video. If you didn't, I was able to hear a variety of sounds using that. Being able to choose a little emoji to choose which audio sound is going to come through. It's really fun, and the students can go back and choose several different ones if they'd like. Next, we have the video tag, which are movies or videos. And you can add YouTube videos if you'd like. Using a video tag, on the emoji part of this, we already kind of have designated places that they can go. But in real, when you're actually writing the HTML, you can click links from YouTube and other places like that. So if you notice, I click the popcorn, click it, and then if you see, then we'll have like a little video here. And again, you have the code over here, so you'll be able to let the students kind of use it and then go back and choose other ones, choose other videos, sounds to listen to. Next, we have a map tag. So location is everything. You can add a map by dropping a map emoji into this code. They're used to add Google Maps in this situation. So if I go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and add the map. If you click it, it could tell you, you can see the country flags up here. Then you're going to click Run Code, and then it'll show you the link to that place. Again, let the students go back, choose other places, and over here you can see map place, and then England is in quotation marks right there, which cannot be clicked on. To see more options, going to be the hamburger. Because the other ones in this platform, you're able to choose different ones. Uh-oh, we've all had heartbreak. It creates separation and breaks lines between text in our code. So it'll create a vertical, which is like space between the elements on a web page. Uh-oh, I did not do that correctly. So you have to add this in between other code. So let's go back, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that guy. And let's go ahead and add maybe a quote. And let's run that code again. So if a student runs into this, you can always hit the triangle and review it. So we've all had a heartbreak. Break tags will add a vertical space between elements on a web page. In this lesson, separate some elements on your web page by dragging the break tag from the emoji box into the text editor. So if you want to delete code, you can either hit the backspace. Let's try using span. There we go. So over here, if you notice, it puts it on the next line. We have a little break. So that heartbreak is BR over here. Then we have div tags. Just like buses have to come to a complete stop before starting again, a div is a division in the content, so it separates it. It helps you kind of lay out your page and create sections. So let's see, let's add a few here, huh? And this is where it gets really fun with the kids because then they can change things, they can try things. Oh, this one I got it wrong because I needed to add 4. So let's go ahead and add another one. Perfect. So the reason you had to have 4 is because when we look at our code, if you notice, we have the opening tag, the closing tag, the opening tag, the closing tag. So when I just had 3, I didn't have either an opening tag or a closing tag that I needed. Next, we have list tags. They're a great way to add some order, add a list to your page. It'll separate text by using bullets to organize the list elements. So we're actually going to use this, and we're going to use our list. So the UL tag creates some order. Well, you drop in the check mark when you want a quick list that's not ordered, but it still helps organize it. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So this is a list item. So this is telling you that we are going to create a list on our HTML web page, and this is what it's going to say. Choose the emoji to create space. I think it's going to be the heartbreak. So I've finished the beginner HTML lesson. Students can go back to the dashboard. They can either start on CSS or they can go to HTML Expert or move on to whatever activity you have planned for them. Please let us at Codemoji know if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.